to get fit, to live longer, to be healthier.
Health.
Michael Hearn was doing some stuff.
Yeah, Michael Hearn, yeah.
You know, during those
You still
eras.
think he's natural?
Let me think. What do you guys think? I don't know. Now, combined with IDFA and NPAA, I have judged 23 pro and amateur shows. Pick your friends and pick your gym buddies wisely.
So hello guys, welcome to the channel, and today we have the pleasure of meeting with a guy from very far away that dropped into Mauritius, but he's Mauritian as well. ᴍᴇᴇᴛ, the president of
NBF Mauritius,
and he's also a coach,
personal trainer.
Yeah, personal trainer. So Vic, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Vic, we're gonna divide your life into 3 parts. First,
Okay.
the little kid that got inspired by fitness. So when did that
Okay.
happen?
Sorry, I got to turn
Yeah.
this off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when did that happen?
Actually,
old were you?
growing up, I was very active. So, you know, for me, it was always sports. Like, you know, I was always playing soccer. And actually, I played soccer in Mauritius when I was little growing up.
Like
And
little pro.
actually, just in the little village that I
Where
grew
do you
up
come
in.
from?
Little place called Rosebell. Okay.
Oh, the down south.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So that's where I was born.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, you know, just like any kids in Mauritius, you know, first thing you do when you're growing up, fall in love with sports, and happened to be, it was soccer. So yeah, that's basically how we got started, just playing soccer. And you know, I mean, I don't know if it was regional or whatever. So, you know, but I was in school as well. Always wanted to be like, you know, a professional soccer player. So, but yeah, that's how we got
So
started.
then when did you turn from soccer to gym?
Actually, I moved to Canada. Well, like I said, I was always into sports, always into soccer and all that. It wasn't until I moved to Canada and, you know, I mean, did my grade 11, grade 12, kind of skip a grade in Canada. I was a little bit smart, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so I started, like, you know, I mean, just like, again, being athletic, trying to play soccer in Canada during my high school career and all that. And I found out, like, you know what, playing soccer was not just challenging, but for me, being a small kid, not too much weight, being skinny and all that, it was challenging because guys were pushing me around. And I was talking to my brother. My brother was also a soccer player, so he's like, hey, why don't you go to the gym and get stronger and start working out and do some exercise and build some strength? So I was like, really? Okay, I guess I can do that. So that's how it all got started.
So the gym, you did it just like, you know, people get to the gym and just hit the weights, or did you have like a real plan? Did you from the get-go know what you wanted to do?
Actually, I was, you know, I mean, I think it was like grade 12. Yeah, just beginning of grade 12 or so. That's when I was playing soccer for the high school. Like, I was playing high school soccer. So, you know, I guess we have like city championship and all that. So the high school I went to, that's the first time in a long time they went to semifinal for the city, right? So for soccer. So I'm saying soccer, it's football, okay?
Yeah, football,
anyway,
yeah.
so yeah, so, you know, it was until then, I'm like, you know, after I finished grade 12, I wanted to play like men's soccer and all that kind of thing. And that's when it started, like, you know, thinking of going to the gym after my brother talked to me and try to, like, you know, build some muscle, get stronger so that I don't get pushed around by players, like, you know. So
it was just for your own
it was
self,
just my own kind of, you know, building my own strength so that I can be a better soccer player, okay? So it was until then, and from there, everything else is history, because I fell in love with working out, going to the gym, training, building my strength, being like, you know, an athlete I wanted to be. And at the same time, like, you know, go to university and, you know, balance those two life, working out, school, working out. For me, that was life. And again, like I said, it's not until then I fell in love with
Fitness.
training, fitness, and
Did you know then back then that you wanted to be a personal trainer?
no, I did not, because my mom always wanted me to be just like, I guess, every Mauritian parents out there.
Yeah.
Be a doctor, be a lawyer, whatever.
The main
Yeah, exactly. So I went to university. I started taking some courses, like, you know, I mean, supposedly to get me into dentistry and all that kind of stuff. But then I kind of, did a reality check a couple years into it. I'm like, I don't think that's me. That's not me. And like I said, after grade 12, I started training with buddies, like friends from high school. That's how we started. Like, couple good friends. They were all like, really into working out, like, looking good. And, at that age, 19, 20, you want to impress the ladies, like women, the girls out there. So, it was a thing. So, that's when you're like, okay, let's put a program together. So I was following them, and they were telling me like, this is what you got to do and all that kind of stuff. And how I really started to learn about it, I started buying magazine. At that time, it was, I want to say Muscle Fitness. Okay, it was ᴘᴏᴰ.
Yeah.
ᴘᴏᴰ was doing Muscle Fitness back in the days, right?
It.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure in my garage right now, there's a stack of Muscle Fitness magazine from like 15, 20, 30 years ago.
I believe you were in the era of Greg Plitt and everything.
Well, there was Lee Haney and, Dorian Yates was after. Lee Haney, who else?
Jay Cutler and everything.
Cutler was after, but mainly Lee Haney. Remember Lee Haney?
Yeah.
So those were the
8 times I think you won.
8 times. I mean, like 8 times, 8 years after. Anyway, so but it was during that time I started following, and then there was a guy named Mila Sarcev.
He's a trainer now.
I think he's Romanian or something like that. Yeah,
he's very good.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno, like he was at that time, and Paul Dillett was after. Of his Canadian anyway, so but it was during that time. Mike O'Hearn was doing some stuff.
Mike O'Hearn,
during those
you still think he's natural?
Let me think. What do you guys think? I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
He claims to be an old-time natural. So you started doing fitness, and
just on that note, I knew this one girl, friend of mine. I'd say a friend, not a girlfriend. This girl who knew Mike O'Hearn really good in Calgary. She told me a different story. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Cool. Anyway.
So when you started fitness, of course you've been in that era where people were taking enhancement. Why did you choose a natural pathway?
Well, you know what? As an athlete and doing this stuff,
you probably were inspired by something.
Well, it was more like, for me, it was more for being healthy. And also like I told you, I was trying to figure out I took some courses I was doing bachelor of science to get into dentistry and all that kind of stuff, and then I changed my mind. I started doing kinesiology and all that, study that, because that's the study of movement and all that. This is what I am today, teaching people how to move, exercise and all that. It wasn't until then I'm like, you know what, I want to do this just to be healthy, because I've read and I've learned a lot of things, like what can affect somebody's health if they're not being cautious of what they're putting into it. So for me, it was
from
number
the
one.
get-go, it was no.
Exactly. It was number one priority. I was scared to drink
But you were around people who were enhancement.
100%. I'm going to go off record and say this. The 2 guys that I was training with that started, eventually a couple of years later, this one guy, good friend of mine, he took it and he competed in Calgary for a show, which was, of course, it's the non-tested show and everything. And I saw the gain. I saw how his body changed, transforming everything. And it crossed my mind. I'm like, no, I don't think so. And I was scared of my brother, to be honest with you. So he was into being healthy and fit and all that. And God forbid, if you ever find out, I'll be dead anyway.
Okay, so fitness, personal training.
Yeah.
Where did the idea of World Natural Bodybuilding Federation came from?
Well, I after I finished school, university and everything, I got a job, and it's something I wanted to do, train people, especially athletes and stuff like that, and just kind of step it up to that next level of training, because for me that's a challenge. I want to take somebody from nowhere and bring them to something that I know that I had to have a huge impact for them to get to this level as a trainer, from what I have studied, and from for me it's a challenge, right? So I've done this over the years with competitors that's been competing in federation in Canada, tested and non-tested federation, and also right now I am training 2 athletes that's going for the 2026 Winter Olympics. So they are representing Canada in the sports of bobsled. So for me, this is what I love. I love training athletes to that level, beside
elite level,
beside, well, it's world-class level,
it's
right?
Olympic.
Exactly. And also training athlete that I want to step on stage, I want to become a professional athlete kind of thing. So I love doing stuff like that. So I've been doing it since 2005, 2006. I've been training athlete
19
for
years, almost
yeah.
19
So
years.
for these type of things, and it all started with a federation in Canada. At that time, it was called IDFA. It's a natural federation, and the president, like we were buddies and stuff like that. So he's like, hey, I'm looking for guys to come and judge my shows and all that kind of stuff, right? So I say, okay, I guess to judge a show, what do you need? Like, it's like you need to have good eyes. Okay. And true enough, I still stand by that until today. If you don't have a good eyes to know the difference between each categories, you won't understand what you're looking for.
Okay.
So over the years, like I said, from IDFA, judged a few times with them, and then good friend of mine, Dr. Kevin Ashby, and his wife, Wendy Ashby, they brought NPAA in Calgary.
Natural?
In Canada, natural.
Okay.
It's Natural Physique Athletic Association, and combined with IDFA and NPAA, I have judged 23 pro and amateur show.
Okay.
So over the years, so this is how we all get started.
No, but the creation of WNBF itself, where did it start?
So this happened about a few years ago, and it's through those years, like I just told you, like over, oh my God, I'd say probably 10, 11 years I've been with NPAA. Eventually I'm like, you know what, there is something that I think would be amazing to bring to Mauritius.
Okay.
Knowing the culture here and listening to the guys, especially the natural guys here, how they always say, hey, you know what, we want this to be like, if we want to go compete, we want this to be on an even playing field. Like, we want to have equal opportunity. So, I've been coming to Mauritius back and forth in the last 10 years, and I keep hearing that. So this is where I'm like, okay, maybe, why not?
Let's lead by example.
Why not? Why not bring this platform to Mauritian here and see what happened, and give these guys, like, who are natural, an opportunity to, do something for themselves. And some of them have aspiration, have goals, right?
So now you're the president of WNBF Mauritius.
Yes.
So how many other countries have followed the steps of natural bodybuilding and have created their own WNBF?
When I joined, I had the affiliation member last, I think 3 years ago. There was about 46 at that time countries that has affiliation with WNBF, and to date, as I speak right now, there's about 60 countries in the
WNBF.
world. They have a WNBF federation.
So 60 countries are for natural bodybuilding.
It's growing. It's growing.
And I've seen some of the qualities. I think there's this guy called ᴍᴇᴇᴜ.
Yes.
The world champion.
Yeah, he's unreal. 10 years drug free.
And I think there's the other guy, Joseph something. He's natural too.
There's so many of these guys that when you look at them,
ᴍᴇᴜ one is really good. He's really impressive.
He's been training for a long time.
Yeah. And I think there's that black guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah. I think he's what is he? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He made a comeback. Actually.
Yeah.
He made a comeback.
Sweep.
When you look at guys like that, it makes you kind of beg the question, like, is this really real? Yes, it is real, but it takes a lot of hard work.
And from your point of view, has guys who have competed failed their drug testing at WNBF? Because I've heard some rumors being like, this guy can't be natural. I believe the drug testing and the polygraph are fake.
Well, no, actually, I'm going to say this. The very first time we did WNBF Mauritius, we had 3 athletes that we had to disqualify because they did not pass the polygraph test.
I believe some not know this thing.
Yeah.
I believe because some guys that went up be like, this guy can't be natural.
No, like, these guys have to pass. If anybody are willing to challenge that polygraph test, come and compete with us. We'll find out.
But I believe
if
there's
you're not,
one thing that's established, that you can be, a guy can be enhanced and he stops for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then he competes at you.
Yes.
So at your federation. So he can, like, you may not know him, he's being enhanced, but he has fulfilled that 10-year requirement.
Yes. This is why it's a 10 years, 10-year drug free.
Why is that?
Because they want to make sure that, like, people don't abuse the system. Okay. Like, you will have guys like, they're taking it 5-6 years ago. 10 years, I think it's a length of period where, over the years, you know how it is.
Scientifically.
Exactly. Like
You think it
scientifically.
gets passed away from the bloodstream?
Yeah, all these things. Well, usually within a few years it should be clear,
Done.
but they want it to be 10 years. I mean, that's the policy that Bob Bell has established. He's the president for WNBF, and you know,
So the whole WNBF.
we have a forum, like
Yeah.
all the president for all the countries. We are on this forum, like
Yeah.
you know, and we talk about stuff like that. All
Okay.
the president give their views, give their opinion, talk about different things,
Okay.
and he's very adamant about saying 10 years is 10 years, no, nothing less, nothing
So this
more.
is scientifically based, right?
Yes,
Okay.
according to him,
Okay.
he wanted to be like that because scientifically. So, you know, and mind you though, and also these guys, they have to do urine tests, okay? And these are things, the sample is collected on the day when the athlete gets he won the competition.
Okay.
And also this year, and we have 2 WNBF pros in Mauritius, right? And ᴠɪᴜ and ᴠᴏᴜ, we did a random urine test with them this year. They didn't even know they were going to be tested because we want to make sure these athletes are clean throughout the
Okay.
year. So ᴠɪᴜ did his test.
Despite not competing.
Exactly, despite not competing. So I guess we'll find out the result pretty soon.
But the thing is, so once you join WNBF, you can be tested at any time.
You get random tests.
Random test.
Random tests. If you decide to go to, let's say, France and do a competition, if I call the president of France and say, you know, I mean, obviously, if you don't win, then you won't have to test. But I could say, hey, can you test this athlete for me?
You can.
Yeah, I can do that. And they will test the athlete.
So now in Mauritius we have three pros.
4.
Four.
We got ᴠᴏᴜ, ᴠɪᴜ, Jean-Laurent, and Daryl, Babylon.
Oh yeah, Darrow.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for 2025?
2025, let's see if we could actually give 4 more pro card. And to be honest with you, I want to make sure that this year, I mean not this year, in 2025, we give a bikini pro card. That's my goal.
So it's gonna be the first pro woman.
The first pro bikini athlete in Mauritius.
So girls, I believe if you wanna get your pro card naturally, because I believe many girls do their training naturally.
Yes,
Try to come in numbers. And
exactly. When I say pro, I mean you become a professional athlete with WNBF.
and you get the chance to go well
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. You want to go Dubai, you go Dubai. You want to go
Oh,
to...
you have Dubai as well.
Oh, Dubai is huge. WNBF Dubai? Oh my God.
So right now, which country has the biggest cash prize?
I believe it'd be US.
US. How much are we
US.
talking about the winner?
Going to think from 20-25 USA. So, yeah.
35,000.
Yeah.
How much in Mauritian money? Probably
Time that by
million?
what, 45?
Million?
No,
Probably
45 or something.
45 times 20. Yeah, 800.
809, yeah.
Such a
Something like
million.
that.
If it's get yeah.
Yeah, so something like
Cool.
that. So, and just to kind of, you know, let people know, like every WNBF in, except for Mauritius, I guess, you know, countries that's beginning, we don't have pro shows. But the moment I decide to do a pro show in Mauritius,
I thought
we
you said
have
2027.
hey, I didn't say that yet. You're trying to put words into my mouth. So no, like, you know, I think, well, we're working on it.
You're
working
waiting.
on it.
I believe you're waiting for that thing
Yeah.
to become as much more
Well,
affluent than everything.
I was very happy, very pleased this year with the turnout.
Did the community grow? from
Oh my
last year to
God.
This year?
Like, I mean, I swear to God, like, when I look back at the crowd this year, there must be maybe over 300 people
Good.
that was at the show.
Yeah.
So it's just going to get bigger because I feel like, you know, this is a great platform for all those natural athletes out there. Like, you know, I mean, we created something that not only for the youngsters, but also we had like 3 over 40 guys. I mean,
Okay.
50, sorry, over 50-year-old,
Yeah.
3 other guys that came on stage and they were just working it. And it was fun. It was fun to see
Patrick
that.
is known to be the natural bodybuilder versus the
Well,
old
he
one.
did this polygraph
Yeah,
test, and question was asked,
Yeah.
and I had to be a translator anyway,
yeah.
right? Because he was okay with some of the part of
Yeah.
you know the question. There's some thing he didn't understand, but you know we provide these type of things for people who have
Yeah.
issues with the language and all that. But it went fine. It was
No, but
awesome.
he's been doing it for long. I know him.
Yeah,
He's
I can
natural.
tell. I
He's
can tell.
natural, this guy.
I
yeah.
can tell.
I'm doing a coverage for him probably next year on Monday. So
And I'm pretty sure, like, after the show, I think he was very excited to get his protein powder, all the gift that he got. It was like, oh my God, I've never got so many gifts in my life. So it made us look good as promoter, as treating the athletes. Like for us, to be honest with you, WNBF, this is all about the athletes. I just want to say something.
so you brought WNBF here. What's your ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal, to make it go bigger.
How big are we talking?
And well, I want to have a lot of natural athlete in Mauritius, and we do have like potential, and I see it out there.
But the thing I want to ask is, how come other countries are not competing here?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't see international athletes coming.
Last year there was about 3 athletes coming from India, Réunion Island, and no, sorry, 2. This year I guess Roxy lives in Mauritius, but
South African.
South African, and we had one guy from India, but I think he started living in Mauritius as well.
Okay, cool.
So, but they were like, for me, I had to
Do you
treat
think in
them
the
as.
years to come we might have people dropping in Mauritius, just to do a show before?
Actually, let me just put it this way: I had a few messages in the last few weeks from competitors outside Mauritius, and they've expressed a lot of interest about coming in here. Supposedly, this is for all the Mauritian that's listening to me right now. Supposedly, the competition is easier in Mauritius. So they want to come here and get the pro card. So all these Mauritian out there, that's all I got to say. If you could read between the lines, okay?
Like, elevate your game, boys.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm just saying this is for you guys to show them, right? Because I did have a few messages from Norway, from Dubai. They asked me about question. I'm like, okay. I mean, for me, yeah, it's great. International.
Probably have Jack and Mitch pose down one day.
And like I said, we are giving, like, there's going to be 5 pro cards.
Yeah.
So lightweight, heavyweight, tall and short for physique, lightweight, heavyweight bodybuilding, and a bikini. So that's 5 pro card. If we have the quality, we have the people. Yes, we have no option.
So it doesn't mean that if you win that category, get your pro card, you must have that quality.
You gotta have your quality. Yes, you got your quality. But so far, we've been very happy. Okay. Just like last show a few weeks ago, Jean-Laurent won in lightweight for bodybuilding, and Daryl won in heavyweight. So both of them got their pro card. And of course, we did an overall where Jean-Laurent won, but he already won a pro card, so it's all good, right?
So you can't win double pro card.
No, you can't win 2 pro cards. You either just win it in one category. So like I said, there's 5 pro card next year, but we want to make it. We made history 2 years ago by being only federation in Mauritius to honor a pro card to an athlete, Mauritian athlete. Now we want to be the first to give a women a pro card for bikini. Let's make it happen next year.
So
I'm waiting.
Vic, you've been down that natural path for years. There are many upcoming kids who are looking at you right now.
Yes.
What message you have to pass on to them on your views on going the natural path or the enhanced path? And now that more so, which will make it impactful, is you being the president of WNBF.
The only thing I'm gonna say is, why do we work out? Why do we go to the gym? Why do we exercise? Why do we do that?
To live longer.
To get fit, to live longer, to be healthier. Healthier, right? And that in itself, I don't think I need to elaborate.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the side effects and everything.
It says everything. To be healthier. I go to the gym so that, I can have a better quality of life as I'm getting older, with the kids, with the family. That's why we go to the gym. That's why we work out. You go to the doctor, something wrong with you, diabetes.
But you would agree with me that there are kids who suffer that thing we call gym peer pressure.
You know what?
How do they get out of this? Hearing your advice today, how would you communicate to them and tell them make the right choice?
This is, you know what? At the end of the day, it's all the guidance that you get. Okay? Like, I started with my brother helping me out. Remember I told you earlier, I was training with guys who were actually taking that stuff. But I knew enough. I knew back then why I shouldn't take it. So educate yourself, right?
Yeah, you have access to Google, to everything.
Educate yourself. Find out the reason why you should or why you shouldn't, Okay, at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your decision, and be responsible for the consequences.
Like I've always said it, there's always life after bodybuilding.
Yes.
So for me, I've been on both sides of the coin. So I've been kind of on my last enhancement was 2017. So I've been keeping it natural since then, and I haven't lost sight because I have a good approach to training. I have a good approach. I've been also injured a lot of times. Try to come back, trying to keep fit and everything, but to be like sincere on that topic is that there's no good coming from enhancement. And to see kids these days taking those high dosages, they don't realize that there's life after bodybuilding.
Well, you know, everything you take, everything you put into your body, there's always consequences. There's always something that's going to happen. That's why I'm saying educate yourself. If you take a painkiller, right, there's side effect. You take any medication, like, I mean, I say Tylenol because that's a painkiller. In Mauritius, I think it's Panadol or something.
Yeah.
There's always a side effect when you take any kind of medication. Just educate yourself, know about the side effect, and understand what can happen if something goes wrong. It's your responsibility.
Yeah, you have one life.
Exactly. And you know, for me, you know, I mean, we go to the gym, we train, we eat healthy so that we can have a better lifestyle and be healthier in life. That's it.
So you're talking about educate yourself. Next topic I'm going to talk to you about, Vic, is ego lifting. You've been a trainer. Have you ever faced this or saw this in the gym? And what message do you have to young kids?
It's all the gym bros.
Yeah, the gym rats, the gym bros. Yeah, what message you have to, like, what advice would you give them on ego lifting? Because I've trained with you. I've had the chance to train with Vic. With little weight, he kicked my ass. So,
you know, at the end of the day, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it. Like, quantity is all about showing off. There's no need for that. Like, you know, it's the quality of lift
and I
that
think
you're doing.
What suffers is the range of motion and the time and attention.
Yeah, everything, like, you know, you jeopardize everything from range of motion, and also, like, you know, I mean, injury is a big issue. Like, you know, once you have an injury, like, you know, what is the chances of you coming back at 100% if you don't have a good rehab, right? So you had injuries before. I
just had injury about 1 month ago.
You know,
L5,
there's no point, and you need to know why am I lifting this weight? What's the purpose of it? Anything you do in life, there's a purpose to it. Why am I gonna lift 200 pounds? If I'm doing like a bench press competition, sure, but to do it every day, like try to go just to show off, there's no point, because you know your body is not a machine. There's wear and tear. And you have to be very cautious and careful about it so that you can last longer.
Exactly.
So, healthier. Exactly. Healthier. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a new motto with Vic.
Yes.
So Vic, what message you have to pass on now that you're the president for 2 years of Mauritius WNBF? What you're looking forward to the Mauritian society?
Well, all I gotta say is keep fit and have fun.
Exactly.
That's
keep
it.
Fit and have fun, and I believe I'm trying to go with that message to kids. Don't do anything stupid. Let me put it that way. Don't do anything stupid that you will regret for the rest of your life, because I've seen the gym culture here, and I'm sure you know as well.
Oh yeah, I've been around.
It's this thing that happens that people are not cautious. I would say they're not cautious. They just follow blindly, and when shit goes down, the guy that you followed, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You would agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pick your friends and pick your gym buddies wisely.
And I believe,
you know,
and I believe now we have the platform, and that platform have created inspirations for you in the name of ᴘᴏᴄᴜ, Jean-Laurent, ᴘᴏᴄᴜ, Darrell Babylon, and many more. There's also in the women's there's Sharon Nabab, Roxanne, and everything. If you want to look up to people doing it naturally, you can drop them a message. I believe this guy will revert back to you, or even the president when he has some time.
Yeah, feel free.
Get back to you.
Feel free.
So, Vic, if anyone want to contact you, where can they find you?
Well, I'll be in Canada. Okay.
Yeah. On social media.
Actually, you can reach me out on social media. It's Vic_Pochin on Instagram, and Facebook is just Vic Pochin.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it out
and phone number, I don't think you would want to do. No, actually, you could do WhatsApp these days. But just send me a message if you need to talk to me. I'll just give you the contact info, like my phone number and everything, and all that kind of stuff. So
Vic, it's been a pleasure.
always
Looking forward to 2025. So I might drop some trophies there too. Let's see when the time comes.
Well, hey, you said 2017, right? Last time. I think that's over 10 years ago.
No, 2017. I'm missing 3
Oh,
more years.
okay. I was trying to.
No, but the thing is, I was looking
It
at
is
my
2017. I thought it was earlier than that.
no 2017. Danny with Danny Iron.
Okay.
So
We got 3 years.
The thing, why I want to do bodybuilding naturally again, because I won my first Mr. North naturally. So I was looking at the pictures yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, does this have pro status physique on it? And I'm like, let's keep it to that. I have some personal goals that I want to achieve first, and then because if it's natural and I'm going that natural pathway, I believe any age is convenient.
You know what? When it's natural, like when you step on that stage, deep inside of you that your chances is just as good as everybody else out there.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few pictures, videos about people from different countries go on an open, not natural stage. Oh my God. When you look, you go, oh, you look like little kids out there.
Yeah.
And, it's not fair. It's not fair
fair.
because the other countries have the money to buy whatever they want. The guys from the less kind of, I don't want to say poor countries, but where it's not accessible to buy their things, are at a disadvantage. That's what I'm going to say. Like, being natural, guys from, Canada, US, Philippines, Vietnam, Hong Kong, wherever, like Dubai, France, all on that stage, everybody has an equal opportunity.
You don't get that
Equal
disadvantage.
opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how hard have you trained, have you put in the work.
And
that's going to show on that
and
stage.
you'll be able to differentiate who worked hard on that.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Equally.
So, that in itself it should be exciting.
I think it's a testament that people, where they say work hard, the results will follow.
ᴘᴏᴄ and even Jean Laurent, they're like, man, we want to go against these guys in the world now. Because they're determined, because they know they have opportunity to go guys in the best in the world.
Yeah.
So it gives them hope. And in life, we need to have hope to achieve anything in life. If you don't have hope, forget about it.
Probably we might have in a few years, we might have a guy winning the world.
Keeping my fingers crossed. Okay?
It's been a pleasure. Good,
It's
man.
been always a pleasure.